Paul, yeah. It's 1:47. Yeah. And I just thought I'd spend a little time with this concept of the saint. Yes. Now, let me see here. You would think they'd have some explanation of it. Yes. Now, it looks like the Catholics have done a lot of research on these various wait a second here. Saint John of an Augustine preacher and reformer, a patron of city of diocese of Salamanca. A novice, master, prior, wonder worker, visionary. John had special gifts as a preacher. As penetrating confessor in those feud torn times as peacemaker. Yeah. He died probably of poisoning and he was beatified in 1609. Yeah. And then he was canonized in 1690. Seems that the Catholic Church takes its time in this whole canonization process. Yep. Now, his denunciation of vice and of oppression by landlords against their tenantry, yeah, brought assassination attempts by the Duke of Alba and others. Saint John of Sahagun, yeah. Now, they have quite a few of these individuals, yeah. Saint Agnes, the Congregation of Sisters, yes. There's an official Catholic directory, the 3710, the CSA. Could you get me a copy of the official Catholic directory of all of those various congregations that were really birthed out of some individual that did something of significance? Yes. Now, the official Catholic directory, the congregation owes its origin to Caspar Rarrell, a missionary from Australia who in 1845 offered his services to Bishop John Martin Henney of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. After establishing parishes throughout the state, Rarrell determined to found a religious society, of women to teach Christian doctrine to the young during his absence on visits to his numerous parishes. With the permission of Pius IX, he began the congregation with a nucleus of three young ladies from the vicinity of Barton. Then on July 3rd of 1864, Sister Mary Agnes or Anne Mary Hawes elected the first superior by the five sisters who then comprised the community. Only 17 years old, she guided the congregation until her death on March 6th of 1905. Then there's the Abbey of St. Albans. Well, there had been a church that reported some martyrdom of St. Alban. Yeah. Now, St. Albans Abbey, yes. Just give me the Abbeys, the Abbeys, yes. Gave it precedence over the English Abbey, St. Albans Episcopal exemption. For the next 3 centuries, the Abbey was one of the artistic and literary centers of England. Especially notable was its school of chroniclers. Yes, Roger Wendover, Matthew Paris Pope were responsible for continuous account of the history of the Abbey, its abbot, and in a sense England. Now, the abbey was suppressed under King Henry VIII. The above mentioned abbey church escaped destruction. Local parish when the Anglican See of Albans was constituted in 1877. Yeah. Seemed there was a little king that had a problem with him. Then there's the Saint Alexander of Orish Abbey of, yes. He had the jurisdiction of the Holy See, situated in the village of Orish or Orish, 4,690 feet above sea level. Wow. Could you get me the Holy See and the United Nations? I noticed that the Holy See has a seat on the United Nations. Now we seem to be having some problem here because just looking at this page 1 of 3, yeah, the restrained person did not have actual notice and an opportunity to be heard. The restrained person represented no credible threat to the safety of the protected party or children. Yes, because the protected party did not acknowledge receipt of the protection order, did not acknowledge receipt as a protected party. Now, the order for protection or restraining order restrains the restrained party from causing the protected person, yes, or the protected person's children physical harm, bodily injury, assault, including sexual assault, yes, and from molesting, harassing, threatening, or stalking, or from engaging in any other conduct that would place the protected person in reasonable fear of bodily injury to the protected person or children. Oh, see, it says children. Yes, it says children. Yes, it says children. Now, when you issue a court order where the protected person didn't sign the protected person, and the children, yes, are being obstructed from communicating with their father, yeah. What's to say right now? I'm going to completely fuck over the sheriff's department today. Do you understand, Bill? Now, this fraud that you've refused to enforce the laws about, yes, you've been allowing for the fraudulent restraint of myself, yes, without any actual acknowledgement of the protected person. You don't acknowledge the rights of these 5 minors named. You had no jurisdiction over the parties. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these saints that you think are so fucking funny. Now, I have done some study myself before I was married. Yes. Seemed like a lot of these individuals would have been good role models. Now, the SSA, Official Catholic Directory 3720, yes. The Sisters of St. Anne. Oh, free of national bias, she taught English to her French-speaking students. Now, this was really revolutionary, wasn't it? All of these were exceptional procedures in her day. Educational aim was one of service to both the church and the nation. The spirit of the rule modeled on that of St. Ignatius, and approved by Rome in 1903, requires the Sisters of St. Anne to emulate the holy women of the gospel, particularly in the service they had rendered the nascent church. Yes. In time, the sisters came to serve in schools, elementary through college, hospitals, homes for the aged, yes, dispensaries, and foreign missions. Now, your thought was, well, we can violate the rights of nuns. We can violate the rights of any person we want right now. I'm going to want the official Catholic directory of the SSA, the Sisters of St. Anne. And then I'm going to want to know every individual that happens to be a member of those congregations. Yes, because I am going to sue you right now. Now, you decided to fuck with somebody that actually had studied the lives of the saints. Yes. Saint Asaph, ancient see of the Saint Asaph. Yes. 4 ancient dioceses of Wales. Said to be have founded of Saint Kilgudrin, the Celtic bishop of Glasgow, who in 560 founded a monastery in the present-day cathedral village. Could you inform me, Sheriff, why I would not want to emulate any of those that have been canonized by the Catholic Church right now?